Hello and welcome to Charter Local Edition Northwest. I'm Dana Cowley and today we're in Grand Ronde, Oregon and we're covering the Oregon Coastal Economic Summit. My guest today is Joe Henry. He's the mayor of Florence. Joe, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Dana. It's great to be here.
Well, we appreciate it. You're a relatively new mayor, and what inspired you to run for this office?
Oh, wow. Well, I'm, as you say, new to government. My background is in business. 2 years ago, we had an election in town and there were 2 openings for city council, with only 1 person on the ballot, and I decided that was a good reason. We should have more people interested in city government in a city like Florence, so I decided to run for city council. Because of some dissatisfaction with things that were going on, I decided in November to run for mayor and was elected. So I am relatively new to government, so this is a great challenge here to be involved in this caucus. We have a new council in place, pretty much a new staff, a new city manager. All of our city councilors that are currently on the council have a background in business, so we have kind of a new lease on life in terms of the direction that Florence is going. And we created a work plan of 7 far-reaching goals, but many of them involve economic development. So that's why it's really important that we're here at this conference. Everybody on the coast is pretty much talking about the same thing, faces the same challenges. One of my goals, one of the biggest ones, is to see our children be able to graduate from high school, go get an education, and then come back to Florence to buy a home and raise their family. They currently cannot do that with our job market the way it is.
You probably don't have the mid-range jobs there where a person can support a family.
We've done an outstanding job of driving tourism.
Yes.
You mentioned you've been there on the weekend.
Florence is lovely.
Pretty hard
Wonderful
to find a spot anymore.
restaurants, yes, the arts.
And we have many, many restaurants. We have about 32 restaurants in town, and we continue to support them and encourage more growth in that area. But the problem is they don't create family wage jobs. They create service level jobs, minimum wage type things. And we're going to continue to support that, but we have a large retirement community, as you know. And Florence was designated as the #1 retirement spot in the United States several years ago, and again in several recent publications. So those 2 segments we continue to support, but we want to go out. We're going out to try to look for that 3rd one where we can encourage businesses to come that will create family wage jobs.
Well, and it sounds like you've hit this at the right time. There's good synergy with you, the economy, the community, the city council, because, you know, Oregon, rightfully so, for a long time has been a little resistant to growth. And I mean, I recall that way back in the 80s. So
well, they
a
have
little change of attitude.
But I think you can see it all the way from the governor on down, because as I say, everyone's talking about it. Timing, as you know, is everything, and the economy has been in the doldrums, and now it's making a recovery. So it's kind of making us look good. We've got some very exciting things going on. Just recently in the media, it was announced that a developer in Eugene has purchased a piece of property that's been available for years in Florence to develop a senior an assisted living center that's going to bring a large amount of capital investment and several dozens of jobs to our community. Just the first step in a number of things that are potential to come to Florence, just because of this new attitude that we've developed, and it's very exciting.
What is your primary goal as the new mayor? What would you like to accomplish this year and say over the next 5 years?
Well, I had 2 major goals when I got on the council. One was economic development, and the other was infrastructure improvements, street maintenance. We've had some. Well, you're all familiar with Rhododendron Drive. That's our signature street along the river. Maintenance has been deferred for many, many years, so that was one of my primary goals.
Yeah, it's a little bumpity-bumpity.
Yeah, it's a lot bumpity-bumpity. And just this week, actually, we've started to resurface that. So,
oh, wonderful.
In that 6 months that our new council's been in place, we've been able to find, not the council, we have a new city manager who was our finance director. she, along with a talented interim finance manager, we've been able to find money that wasn't available before to not only do that, but to put some additional capital into our urban renewal agency, about $2.5 million that will be available for further expansion and development of our urban renewal district, which includes our Old Town district. So that's exciting. We've been able to do nothing there for many, many years.
You know, that's wonderful. And money is hard to come by, especially
Money
enough
seems
money
to
to
drive
do
everything.
something with. You know, that's right.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you. We appreciate you being here. This is Joe Henry. He's the mayor of Florence. Thank you for joining us. I wish you the best of luck with all these things you're tackling.
Thank you very much, Dan. It was great to be here.
And again, thanks for watching. I'm Dana Cowley. This is Charter Local Edition Northwest.